Okay, welcome back, guys. Got kind of a cool one today. You guys have been watching a lot of the Squarebody content, and I want to bring y'all a little progression so that you can kind of follow along to understand some of this. And this is not a Squarebody, prior to a Squarebody, but still gives you an idea of how things go. So I bought this truck, I think right around 1997, about 25 years ago. And I solely bought this truck because on a Friday, we had an event on a Saturday, I pulled one of my race trucks or mud bog trucks out and realized I had a cracked transmission. Well, I could have rebuilt the transmission if it was just a rebuild, believe it or not. That wouldn't have been a problem. But that wasn't the case. It was actually cracked. So what did I do? There was no Craigslist. There was no Facebook Marketplace. There was the trading post. So I ran out that afternoon and bought a trading post from the local 7-Eleven and decided I was going to find a truck with a transmission so we could get my truck running. You'll see the tags are 1995, the inspection's 1995, and again, this thing had been off the road because something happened with the engine. Motor and transmission were in good shape. Transmission and transfer case were in good shape. So found this on there. I want to say it was 1,500 bucks. I called them that night. They said, come over in the morning. We'll get up at like 7. We got up there. Me and my buddy went there with a trailer and a come along. We didn't even have a winch. I bought it for $1,000 bucks. 1969, 1970, somewhere in that era, K5 Blazer. Now, I shoved it to the side. I put the transmission in the other truck. We went racing, whatever happened. I shoved it to the side. Well, lo and behold, we went back under it to take something else out from under it one day, and me and my brother were both laying under it. We're like, this thing's solid. Like, look at the inner fender wells. Now, this was 25 years ago. It's been sitting in one of our buildings since. Look at the inner fender wells. Look at the frame. I mean, phenomenal. Even the battery tray. That's a completely original battery tray. Awesome shape. Core support, radiator support. Got a little dent right there. We probably did that with a forklift. But super good. He's like, you know that truck is probably worth $4,000 or $5,000. Well, this was several years later. I was like, yeah, it probably is. So I sent it and had just a quick spray paint job put on it at Mako for like $1,000 bucks or something, just to preserve it. Because I didn't want it to rust, I didn't want it to rot. Original fenders, original doors, original rocker panels, original quarter panels. No mud, no Bondo, none. That's all original. Again, I'm tickled to death I did that. Now it did get shoved away in the corner of one of our buildings and parked. It is not for sale. I know that's what's getting ready to come. It is not for sale. We have one of our regular customers that always has 1, 2, sometimes as many as 3 projects in our shop at one time. It's going to go to him, and he's going to make a masterpiece out of it, we call it. So it's going to be a cool truck. It is his, and sitting here just waiting on us to get time to finish up actually one of his other projects in the shop. But that just goes to show you there's only 2 or 3 that are probably this quality. And when I say that this thing's ugly right now, don't jump on the comment bandwagon. Sorry for the noise. They're dyno tuning a motor over there. I'm talking about how solid and original this truck is. There's a couple of them for sale right now. They're between $125,000 and $200,000. So yes, it needs motor, transmission, lift kit, the interior. So we have had this as a home and a habitat for a family of mice while it's been sitting, unfortunately. But the interior was not in good shape anyway. But as you can see, the mice have made a great home of it. Still has the VIN number plate in the glove box with all the options. All the interior was completely original. He'll do vintage air. He'll do all the upgrades and all the cool stuff. But that's just to show you how things change. A $1,000 truck that I bought as a parts truck, now on the open market, if we were to pump the tires up and just rolled it across an auction block, would probably bring $25,000 to $30,000 as a survivor without rust. Heck, who knows? It could bring more than that. You can't put a price on it as far as how solid it is. Or we could put whatever, 30, 40, 50 grand into it and get 150,000. So it's crazy how the market has changed. That was, again, 25 years ago. Yes, we hoarded it away for no reason at all. We didn't need 6-lug axles. That's why it still has them. We didn't need anything else off of it. That's why we didn't steal anything else off of it. Literally, the motor and transmission came out The drive shafts are laying in the back, just like we put them there 25 years ago. The motor, the transmission and transfer case went in the mud truck, race truck. We probably broke it that weekend, but it served its purpose. And it's just crazy to show how far in value these trucks have gone, how escalated they have been. And again, there are others out there like that. If you guys are searching, that's what you want to find. You want to find that barn find. It was already old when I got it. Let's just call it a 70. It was already 27 years old. Here's another 25 years. But somebody had preserved it very well, and they were upset that it broke down. I think it dropped a valve or something. I don't remember what happened. We tried to get it running one time. But anyway, needless to say, cool history story. Prior to square bodies, but K5 classic full top blazer. We were actually just working with some power steps on a square body 75 blazer, which we were talking about the full top. Once again, we went under this one and looked at the floor pans. Remarkable condition, crazy condition. So not to get you guys excited, but just a little history lesson of, we're old, of course, yes. We go back to the old school times, but that is when you could buy stuff like this that was primo. This was not junk. This is the Barrett Jackson. This is the creme of the creme, whatever that terminology is, to find, because like I said, it has a $1,000 spray paint job from Mako. No rust bubbles, no popping, no new quarter panels, rocker panels, no nothing. Completely original truck. So sorry to get long-winded, but that's the video I've been meaning to bring you guys for a long time, with a little history lesson about that truck. Some of my buddies will probably drop comments in here that remember the scrambling days of how we did things, because you couldn't just buy new stuff. You had to make things happen, and not everywhere was open on a Saturday when you're trying to go racing at 12 o'clock at noon. So we had to make do. There was a lot of these carcass trucks that were purchased back then just for that reason. But that's one of the few that's still left. And also want to get this video before Daniel and Brian started working on it, because they're going to surely make a cool truck out of it when it goes in the shop. So you'll see some other square bodies in the background that are parts and donor trucks or project trucks getting ready to happen. Bucket trucks, rollbacks. This is just one of our off-site storage areas. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you subscribing. We really appreciate the support, and we definitely got more to come. Thanks.